There we go. Good grief. This thing auto sets itself to the wrong microphone. Sorry about that, you guys. So here we go. I can see I got volume now. That's good. So we got another Sunday coming here, right? So here we are on Sunday. I've got a few things done. I know I'm a little scroungy today. I've been outside with the dog and doing all sorts of stuff. However, I have some things to show you guys today. So we didn't do our coffee shop thing today, just too much going on. But I'm going to show you a couple things. So you guys know that it's like putting miniatures together and painting and whatnot. And so what I have done is I went in, I ordered some, let me get these real quick. Some magnetic sheets, right? So with these magnetic sheets, I have been busy doing this. Let me get this a little better here. Poof. Look at that. So here's my blooded, and here's my the Space Marines that they're fighting. And I got this old cake pan, cupcake thing, and these sheets you can cut to fit. So they're magnetic sheets, and they come in a package. So what I've done is every one of the miniatures, I got some magnets on. Yeah, they're pretty thick magnets. This is the ones I got right here. They look huge, but actually, looking online, I made sure they were thin enough. See that? Let me get one off of there. See? So they fit under the figure just fine. Look at that. See what I mean? Plenty of room. And they're not thicker than the base, but it's about halfway down. You can even put two of them on there. And once you put the magnets on there, then you're good to go. Oops, hold on a second. There's Keegan. Hello, Rosie. I'm sorry. The chat there was hanging up. How are you? I have been busy magnetizing a tray and my miniatures. This guy, he's a little big, so I got two magnets on him. But let me show you guys something. If I take this tray, because I want to be able to transport my kill team, see? And I tip it. Look at that. That's like a 45-degree angle, and they're not falling. And so I was pretty impressed with these sheets, these magnet sheets. And like I said, all the guys are magnetized, so you can just take them. These are still trying to, off the side over here is, the other ones. They're just kind of laying there drying. But that's what I've been doing. And these are those, how do you call them? Tip it upside down. No, I don't want to tip it upside down, Keegan. I don't know if it'll do that or not. No, because if you do it this way, they don't slide. The magnets work like certain, but see, they'll move if you tip it a certain way, although not all of them. So I think what I got to do is double magnetize them, which there's plenty of room. And then these sheets are pretty good because, they're going to move a little maybe, but like I said, the others don't. So I'm brand new to this, and I'm going to end up adding probably a secondary magnet, but there's plenty of room to do that. No, it's not sketchy, Keegan. Sorry. So these, if you notice, they didn't move. Some of these do, but I think once you get them too close to each other, some just don't stick very well. And then, like this guy does. I mean, he's not moving nowhere, but he's got two. So, yeah, that's a much stronger hold. So maybe you have to use two of them. And they don't really slide too much, though. Look. So I think for transport, it'd be okay. And like I said, if you tip them, it's like if they're too close to each other, the magnets push each other away. So that's the one problem I've found. But this is the first time I've magnetized anything, and you can see it tip. And what the heck? Oh, see it tip and not move. But anyways, that's what I've been trying to do, Rosie and Keegan. And I'm not tipping it upside down. It's not a frosty or anything. But I bet if I go back and do what I just did and double up the magnet, I bet you it's not going to move at all. But what's nice is these sheets are there's 16 sheets in here, so, and they're fairly big enough that you could just cut. I cut these with scissors to trim it down because the center is raised, right? But I figured, why not? I could put my dice on the side and my movement rulers and whatever, and then it's got a top because it's like a cupcake tray. You know what I mean, Rosie? It's just a baking dish that's plastic that you pop the lid on, but it is, yeah. Thank you, Keegan. The battery's charged. I figured that. So this one, he's a little different. He has the bar in the middle. So, but anyways, I think they're going to be good. Some of them, like that, doesn't stick as well as the others. So I think some of them are just going to need to be double magnets is all, you guys. But really, all it does is add a little bit of weight to the figure. So when you're on the table, it's no big deal. And it's not going to exceed the width of the base. So it'll be okay. So there you go. That's the project I've been working on. And once I get this one refined, then I'm going to, because I got like 100 of these. And they're pretty strong magnets. So, yeah, that's it. We'll double them up, and then they'll be good to go. Yeah, then I'll keep you guys updated and see how it works when we take them somewhere because, oh, yeah, that's much better with 2 magnets. I don't know, and that's something I can't answer you why some of them with 1 magnet stick like hell and the others it takes 2. But you also can't get them too close to each other either because then it pushes each other away. So live and learn, live and learn. That's all I can say. So how are you guys doing? It is all about that base, Keegan. That is why there's that song. It was secretly about miniatures. It's all about that base. Yep. But, you put a lot of work into these things. You don't want them all over the place. And since I'm never going to carry my miniatures upside down, really, I mean, I don't think I need to worry about that. But as we're sitting here talking, yep, probably going to go ahead and double these magnets up because it does make a big difference. See? They don't move now. The other ones are lighter. These figures, these blooded figures, they're thinner, much thinner and a lot lighter, so maybe they didn't need it. This guy's big, obviously. And so he required 2 magnets right away. But if you notice, he didn't move at all. So that's out of the way. Now, I'm going to show you guys this, Rosie, and if Johnny B's there, you can check this out. Let me move these guys, but that's it. There, you guys. Now I can take my kill team around and see I'm moving it pretty good, man. Not too sketchy there, Keegan, for my first time. They're not flopping around now. So double magnets, you guys, just double it up. I mean, as much as we spend on these miniatures, it ain't no money really. So hold on. So what we got to work with here is Keegan picked up a RC for Gamers with Coffee. Clint got a body for it. So it's like a late 40s after, well, right around World War II, between World War II and Korea kind of time frame on the body. So I'm going to get that. And I'll put it here and show you guys let's see what's happening. Oh, hopefully you're still there, Rosie. I'm going to get a little more space on this just a second because it's an RC truck. So hold on, I'm going to step away. So don't go nowhere, you guys. Hold on a second. All right, see, it didn't take long. Here you go. This is the truck. And let's see here. Guess we're going to have to go further up, dang it. Hey, Mini Wormut. So, see this? This old type of truck there. And I'm going to put Gamers with Coffee logo on it. And that's fine, Mini Wormut. You can leave. But yeah. So then when we drive it around, it's going to have our, well, this is a miniature vehicle, right? Anyways, it'll have the Gamers with Coffee logo, and then it's going to have the military markings and stuff. But that way when we go do things with it, we can kind of represent our group. So yeah. So that would be kind of cool. There you go, Mini Warm-Up. You missed my magnetized miniatures, I think. So there's my tray. Magnets on all of them, sir. So now I've got a tray that I can shake and they don't move around. Unless you're riding with Keegan, your vehicle's not going to be doing this anyway. So there we go. Now I got the entire kill team in there. So now that I know I can do that, I'm just going to have to double it up. Then I think I'm okay, and I can work on getting some other cases because these are set flat. They're not as expensive, and in the end, still going to be a lot cheaper than, $60 or $80 to $100 for cases. Yeah, that would work, Keegan. So yeah, there you go. But I don't know. This works pretty good. Like I said, I'll put the dice and I'll put the movement markers and stuff, whatever I need on the edges. Okay, so I don't know what the power is. I can look up my order. I got it off of eBay and pass it along. But see, look, I got 16 sheets, and I think they're originally designed to be kitchen magnets for a refrigerator. So I figured, hey, that's going to have to hold something, vertically, so why not? So it isn't very thick. Hey, Mythos, how are you? So I was able to trim it with just, scissors. Well, I'm sorry. If you do hairdressing, they're shears. But these. Yep. So I got that. I cut it to fit. I just had to trim it. But see, Mini Warm-Up, we can turn them up at a pretty good angle now. They're not going nowhere. So it works. And I wouldn't use the 1-inch washers. Look, on these, because on most of the figures on your 28 millimeter, 32 millimeter bases, they're all, or 40, right, for the bigger ones, they're all going to be about the same width, thickness. So I intentionally searched for bigger magnets. See how big that is? Intentionally, but I wanted to make sure they would fit. Now, the average Games Workshop base will take up to 2 without exceeding the height on the base, because, if you did that, then the thing would just, you couldn't put it on the table. So like this guy, obviously from right off the get-go, he needed 2. He's a heavier, bigger model and would move a little, so I put 2. And then some of the others, the same thing. And then here's the size. These magnets here. Oh crap! I'll send you the size. I gotta look on my order form on eBay, because I spent so much time looking at it. I wanted to make sure, comparing it to measurement, that if I needed 2, I could do 2. And so you can see that you can easily put 2 on there without exceeding the base, and it's cheap. Now for the magnetic sheets, they were $16 with shipping, and I got 12. So, not very expensive per sheet. And look how big it is. That's a cupcake pan that I use, right? So it's a pretty big sheet, and it's trimmable, it's flexible, but the magnet's held to it. So what I'll do is I'll send you later. Mini Warm-Up, I'll look up my invoice. I'll make sure I get the right number, and I'll send it to you, because this will work on all your miniatures, all of them. I mean, even my little cowboy here that I was so proud of painting, that steampunk guy. See that? Only thing is, the ones with the bars through the center, you might have to put smaller magnets on, like, this dude here, the one that looks like he's got the giant fist. It's a bar in the middle. So I have miniature magnets like I used on my tanks, but those are really strong. And yeah. So magnetizing them and putting them in this dish, even driving with Keegan, oh my God, they're not going to go nowhere. We might die, but the miniatures will be preserved. So they'd be okay. Yeah, I will. I'll let you know which ones they are. You could use 1-inch washers, but I figured magnetic strip with a magnet going to it, a lot better. And they wouldn't slide. And Keegan says he found storage for your zombie guys, huh? What are you up to, Mythos? In magnetic tape, you said earlier. Yeah, I didn't think any of the quote magnetic tape would work, so I just didn't buy it. I thought when I seen this and it was like you could use it for refrigerator magnets, I knew that it's going to hold something vertically, so that's what I wanted. But you can use washers too. I'm not over just. Nice. Mythos is painting or playing League of Legends with your lovely wife and painting Blood Angels Dreadnought. Hey, man, there you go. That's cool. I'm just showing off my cake pan conversion to old miniatures. That's all. Much cheaper storage. The only thing I don't like about all the plastic stuff is either the center is either raised up or down. For strength, it's never flat. So, at least so far, but. And you're building a landing pad. Oh, nice, Mini Wormrod, for Galactic Heroes. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. I started on one of my Star Wars figures and quickly realized, yeah, these are not going to be easy as I thought. So I'm going to cheat and get some white primer, man, and do it all, and then go back and highlight the black areas in their uniforms and their rifles, because that should be easier. Okay, you reached a milestone today. What did you reach? What's your milestone? I seen you got 801 subscribers. Is that what you're talking about, sir? Because I know your channel's doing good there. So now we'll wait. We'll wait for mini warm-up because there's a 30-second delay. And find out. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I bought the Korax White and the Games Workshop. And I sat there painting one, but I'll tell you what. I mean, I've gotten pretty good. Oh, I didn't mean to ruin it, Mini Warmut. That's why I said congratulations, man. You're good. Yeah. 800 subscribers. Now he needs 200 more, sir. And they can start paying you for those ads they'll show you. Yeah. Very nice. You deserve it. So, very cool. But yeah. Didn't mean to steal your thunder, sir. I didn't try to do that. That's good, though. Ugh. So that's where I'm at with that today. No coffee shop gaming today. Didn't have a chance, but got this done last night and today. And so now I'm happy. Now I can transport my stuff a little better. And so then I'm going to do that to all my Indominus guys and all my Warhammer stuff. Now that I know that this works, because that was my biggest concern, was I didn't know exactly how strong that magnetic sheet would be, because I mean, it's not like you can find it where it says, yeah, I use them for miniatures. At least I haven't run across it. It's just works pretty good though. So plus it's a little nice to add a little bit of weight to the miniature when you take it up and set it on the table. It's a little bit more weight. What are you talking about, Keegan? Does it protect against toxic fumes like when you're in the car? Hopefully it's airtight. I don't want the miniatures melting, Of course, if they melt, then we're probably not going to survive the car ride. So we'll just leave it at that. Gas, yes. They should be okay. They got plenty of room with the lid on it. That's the biggest thing. Just make sure you got height-wise, you're okay. I mean, obviously, other than that, not a big deal. But now now it's onward to doing it with the other ones, which is nice because I'll pick up another one of these. They're stackable, so it's going to save me room on my shelves, and it's going to be easier to transport. And it's worth the investment. So. Definitely worth the investment. Just got to make sure they're facing the right way. But they're strong magnets. So, good enough there. You're printing your own containers. Yeah. Let me know how that comes out on our printer there, Keegan. If it comes out good, then if the printing file comes with a lid or something to protect them, I'm all for that. It'd be even cheaper to do it that way. Because a lot of almost anything in the store doesn't have a straight flat bottom. It's got raised or indented or something. So, yeah. Yep. But otherwise, that's it, you guys. That's my excitement for the week. Woo! Started on Legion and got these guys completely done into this tray. The only reason I switched over to doing this is my stuff finally came in the mail. So, may as well. Chai latte. You're drinking a chai latte? Hey, if it's good, it's good. Why not? Any warm up? I mean, it's all good as long as you like what you're drinking there, sir. What else was I gonna say? I got a question for you, maybe, Mythos. I know you're painting, so and mini warm-up. These are all the pieces left because you had so many options with this new kill team. It's almost too much. So I've got tons of leftover bits that I'm never going to use. I'm not going to be using them for anything. So do I try to sell these? You think? I mean, there's no point in me holding on to them because I'm just not going to use them. The figures are built, and I can't undo them. You know what I mean? So at the time when I built them, I also didn't have small enough magnets to put in the arms, or I could have maybe done two different versions with the magnets, but the way these were done with how the parts fit up against the body, it might have been difficult anyways to try swap them out. So, oh, you know what? Mythos, you don't got to buy them, man. If you want, I'll send them to you. I'll put them in an envelope and send them. Because I honestly, I just don't, I'm trying to kind of straighten my stuff up, and I literally won't have room. And there's all sorts of weapons and different head configurations, shoulders, armor. It's just insane. I mean, there's probably more than 100 pieces still here in all this. I mean, it's magazine attachments. Well, you will also be able to, right here, if you could see this, and this is, where'd it go? Oh, crap. I need, I don't know where that guy is. This guy, see the mine layer? It's got a mine. It's got an extra mine, these pieces. But I showed you guys, I said it was kind of tough to paint. Just I would paint this before you put it together. But you would have an extra mine to throw out on the table or whatever. Just, you don't got to buy me those. Just, I don't remember your address. I had it somewhere. Just message it to me because I got to mail something to Brian too. When I get paid at the end of the week. So I'll just put them in the mail for you. I mean, if you can use them, you can have them, man. I'll put them in a padded envelope and send them. Fair enough. That's all. Because if you got ways to do it, then adjust your other figures, go for it. I don't know enough about kit bashing to make sure I stayed within the rules on things, so have at it. Let's see here. So there you go. So that's it. I'm doing that in the rest of my figures, and we got the RC done. So that's kind of where I'm at, you guys, with the gaming thing, and then we're just going to go from there. I am going to try and take Brian's advice and see about setting up a table in the back room since my son's almost never here anymore. Might set up another table and see if I can do some condensed, like just playing against myself, like Soviets against Americans or something to that effect. And maybe I'll just name certain troops after you guys. Like this is Brian's group, he got wiped out. This is Mythos' group, he's the one that wiped out Brian's group. There's Keegan's group, they're the ones hiding behind buildings in the back of the map. Well, I think I could have some fun with it, so we'll do it that way. Yeah, like Zombicide. Yeah, exactly. Just, I'll probably add my own stupid humor to it, that's all. We'll go from there and see what happens, so why not? But yeah, Keegan there is in the car, and Clint wasn't able to make it, although Clint said he could, he would tune in. All right, you want me to do a solo play? All right. I got that newer table, so I'll have to put it to good use. I've actually been using it for quite a bit. It's friggin' fantastic. But, yeah, well, I should do that. But I'm not going to, they're not going to be painted like yours. I haven't had a time there to do that yet, mini warm up, but yeah, I think I'm going to take them out and hose them down with primer because I want the paint to stick when I go to paint them. I don't want it to be all over, because sometimes you'll prime the miniatures, then you start painting and it separates and crap. And even like on Reaper Bones where they go, oh, it's already primer, Jack. Then you're painting it and you literally watch the paint separate on the figure. So it's not primered as good enough to have paint adhere to it. So we'll see about Keegan printing that container out. Once that's done, see how that works too, because now that I got this package of sheets, I'm going to be magnetizing my things as I go. Although I'm going to have to get another roll of magnets. They really weren't too bad. It was 100 magnets of these guys. And I think for as big as they are, I got a pretty good deal. They were like $11. I'm not somebody that can, I know I'm a big spender, right? But also you could probably get more if they have more options, but I'll send you guys the sizes, but I want to make sure I give you what was on my order form, and I don't know to a T what that is. That way, they're going to fit on your bases. Just those split bases with the slot, they're not going to fit in those. You're going to have to use smaller magnets in there, but I'm pretty happy with this magnetic sheet. I think good to go on that. So, but I'll see what I can do about that. I know Wednesday I got to pick up kits for Crystal after work, so maybe Tuesday or Thursday I might do something. Maybe I'll just do an impromptu kind of live stream, or I'll just go ahead and record it and chop it up and see what I could do. Although don't expect me to be as professional as Mini Wormwood is. So, but I'll try. We'll get there. Oh, there's so much stuff going on that it's kind of nuts. And I see all these new releases for all these games, man, all this stuff coming out. And it is a bit difficult to keep up with all of it all the time. My game, my way. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm probably not going to be as professional as you, Brian. That's all. But I'll try. I may as well. You've been kind of pushing at me to do it. So, and then you'll have fun with what I'm sending you, anyways. I just have to wait till Thursday or Friday. Usually my direct deposit comes in sometimes Thursday and sometimes Friday. But either one, I'll get it mailed to you, Mini Wormwood, and do you Mythos, and then I'll let you guys know on Messenger. But again, Mythos and Messenger, I need your address again. And no, I'm not going to airmail myself to you in a box full of holes just as a cheap getaway. But I guess that's always a possibility. You just might want to consider that. And you're more than welcome to the sprues. I won't be using them. But I am definitely happy with the way these guys came out. I thought It's interesting, and I'm not used to having that many options to figure out. Sometimes 3 or 4 options on a figure to what you want to do. And the only drawback to that is, say you got 12 figures that all do 12 different things, and you got to remember 12 different stuff. Like me, I just wanted maybe a sergeant or maybe 1 or 2 special guys, and the rest just troopers or your regular guys, so that you can keep up with it easier. But heck, uh, they most certainly give you the options for it. So it is what it is there, you guys. And Brian, I'm glad you're doing better, sir, and feeling better. I see you've been posting videos and stuff. Right on. That's good. I've got a little, I took pictures as I was doing this. So I'm going to sit there and edit that together and try to do like a 1-minute little short on it and let you guys see what you think. Just to give people basic directions on how to do it for those that ask. Because I know I was looking and other people asked. So I thought, why not? I'll put up a little video on that too. And see how that goes. Oh yeah. Now I just got to get some more gaming in, but so far pretty happy. Been a fairly productive week for me on that stuff. And I learned real quick that the Legion guys are going to be a little bit harder to paint than I thought. All right, Stormtroopers, that's going to be easy. Nope. Not if you're going to brush it. It's not going to be easy. And I haven't learned to airbrush yet, but that's I think what these guys need. So that's what's going to have to be done to get them taken care of. But there you go, you guys. That's it. That's about all I had to say today. I don't have a whole bunch this time to talk about, really, other than got to spend some time with my granddaughter, since she's my little favorite miniature. We have some fun, and that's good. She spent the night last night with me, so it's kind of funny because she's all, just when you think she's asleep, she takes a power nap and she gets up and makes all these noises, and I think it translates into something like, hey, Grandpa, my game plan is we're staying up till 2 o'clock with me being cute, and you're going to fall for that because you really don't need to sleep. So, yeah. So we stayed up fairly late, and we had some fun. Well, mini war mud. Why not? Because it's a circular plate, or is it square? Because some of those takeout ones are circular. You could make, I don't see why you couldn't make a landing pad from that. I mean, you do good with all the stuff you convert from trash into terrain. So, oh yeah, go ahead and give it a shot and let us know what it looks like. You're going to need it anyways, because what I'm sending you, you would need a rocket there. You know, maybe paint it red. Maybe even call it a red rocket. I would even maybe get a gas station for it as an idea. That might help you out, because it just would. And by the way, something interesting. I was at the game store the other day. So my son that I got the tanks for, the British tanks. Yeah, send us a picture, man. Yep, we want to see. So anyways, what I was saying is my son Joshua, I got him some British tanks. He always likes playing the British for Team Yankees. Had just a hard time trying to have time to put them together. So I went over there to his house yesterday. We put them all together. He's got those all done and ready to go. And what was I going to say? So I took him down to the game shop. And you got to look for the deals at the game shop. There's a couple of them at this particular game shop where they got the Lynx helicopters, the British Lynx ones that you could use in Modern Warfare tanks, or tanks modern age, I'm sorry. And then those can also be used in Team Yankee because he's already got the Brits book. So I said, dude, get that, because they're normally like $17 and they're marked down to $8. So you get 2 of them, like for the price of 1. So I told him, if you can, pick those up. That'll augment your force a bit. And so he's wanting to get back in. So you're going to probably see something here fairly soon with me, him, and Keegan. We're going to figure something out. Because I have the Russian force I could use. as an opposing force against Keegan and my son. So I'm going to try and set something like that up too. I think that'll be fun. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And it'll be interesting to see what you do with what you're going to do there, Mini Wormwood. But it's just been a long day, you guys. A long day, and a few things to do tonight, and then work tomorrow. And I don't want to really go to work tomorrow. Sometimes this whole adult thing sucks, but at least I don't have far to walk to work. So I just walk to work and then do my thing and come home and take it from there. So it's all good. And Keegan there. We got to figure out when we're going to do an armor battle too. Because I took over to Josh's house the Elder Scrolls, The Call to Arms. He's going back to that rulebook. He loves that game. So probably going to do one of those. Those are some miniatures you would probably really like too, Mythos and Brian. I think you would kind of dig them. They're very nicely done. For 15 millimeters, they're pretty cool looking miniatures. And so yeah, that's the one we got the castle and stuff printed for. So yeah, a couple ideas of what we can do. It's just a matter of, it seems like trying to get everybody together anymore is almost impossible. Like, does that happen to you guys? Like, what in the world is like, it's just so, there's so much going on that by the time you turn around, you're like, geez, now my day's gone. You know, before you had a chance to get anything that you wanted done, you didn't. But there you go. And Brian, oh wait, Keegan wanted me to show this. Hold on a second. I don't know much about Necromunda and the squats, but Keegan printed this. Apparently he's going to use this for his squats. It's bright orange anyways. Print did pretty good, although there's a seam in this. But that's what that Vallejo resin filler will work beautiful in, because you just squirt it in that seam and push it in, and boom, it'll be solid up. Not sure, Keegan. I mean, I'm not sure how you're going to use it because I don't know the rules for all that yet. But we're going to try playing some of that too. Yeah, I don't know if it's a toy tank. See, Keegan, look. No, it's some kind of armored dozer, Keegan. If you're still listening, maybe you could input. I don't know. He said he outfitted it with something. I don't know. But he said to show it to you, Mini Wormwood. So I don't know. It'll be kind of cool when it's done. That 3D printer does pretty good, but like I said, sometimes you get little tiny seams. Easily blends with that liquid resin, and that stuff works beautiful, man. All I can tell you is I used to use that Tamaya putty or Tamaya putty, and that would work good too, but it was thicker, and it would try to harden up right away, and so you couldn't, sometimes you had to do a lot of sanding or something on the seams, but that Vallejo resin, liquid resin in that paint bottle, nope, you just squirt it in there and smooth it off with your finger and it's done. So that's going to be armored up for the squats. He's really gotten all into the squats thing, and then he picked up the Book of Judgment there, Mythos, that I put into your guys' Discord, and then he just kept joking, "You can't judge me, Greg." I'm like, "Yes, I can. The book says I can judge you. That's what this whole book is about, judgment." So yeah. You want some of those for your goblins? These would probably work great for that. If you want a couple, then sure, we can print you up a couple. How many do you think you'd need there, Mythos? A couple of them, 4 of them, 2, 4, something like that. Or send you 2, see what you can do. You will just have to fill some of these little seams is all. But overall, pretty clean print. Just a little bit of touch up. But you got all the tools to touch it up, so there you go. That'll work. Keegan loves those squats, man. He's about ready to sell off his Necrons. And I'm like, just keep yourself a combat patrol worth of them. And in that way, you could throw down some Warhammer, or you could throw down some Kill Team with them. And if you're not going to use the rest, then sell them to people who are going to use them. But he's got that grinder. So yeah, so Necromunda Ash Wastelands looks like it's going to be interesting to play. Three of them. So I'll tell you what, Mythos, we would not sell them to you. You game just like we do. So I don't think it'll take a whole lot of resin to make them. But I'll have them print some up for you and get them sent to you. Fair enough. I mean, it's all good. I'll give you those sprues, but like I said several times, you got to resend me your address. I know you sent it to me once. That was a long time ago, so it's probably way the hell back there in the messages. I wouldn't find them. But yeah, if you need three of them, then you could have them. I know you could do quite a bit with this. Plus, you got an airbrush, right? So you could do really good. And we'll do that. So yeah, so that's cool. And then we will go from there, you guys. So I know we kind of bounce around a bit, but I guess that keeps us going too. We're kind of everywhere with things. Eventually, I might have to order like an Invictor. I still want to get an Invictor Warsuit or a Redemptor Dreadnought Mythos and send it to you and let you paint it for me. So that's what I'd like to do. We talked about that a long time ago. So one of these times when it's easier for me to come up with like $10 or $15, like buying this magnets or magnetic strips, than it is to come up with 65 sometimes. So it'll work that way if you want, but yeah, we'll get you some. Yeah. A lot of the stuff they have, a lot of the files they have are some pretty cool files. Yeah, if you want to just do a trade like that, Mythos, how about instead of buying these prints, I'll just send them to you. I'll pay for the postage. That's no big deal. You know, it's going to be $5 or $7 or something. I'll send it to you, and then I'll give you the sprues. And in return, if you want it down the road, give me a discounted price on painting my stuff. I'll see about ordering one, like, and just have it shipped to you. So there's no point in me buying it, sending it to me, and then sending it out to you, because that's just, extra shipping. But chances are we get busted up that way. But yeah, because I want to do something just to offset and keep myself a combat patrol, but I wanted to add to it. I wanted to eventually add a tank, add a dreadnought, and add one of the Invictor suits. And that's kind of where I want to stop it, because I got the hover servo, I got the quad, you know what I mean, and I got the bike. So I got some movement with the troops too, and I got some armor and things like that, but not necessarily overkill on all the stuff, because I really don't have anybody to play big games with. But I can swap things out and keep it within that combat patrol PowerPoints, then that would be good for me anyways. So, and I just want to round it off. Overkill all the time. Yeah. Actually, yeah, overkill all the time is best. I just like to have options, that make it a little difficult for the other side to, adjust to, because it'd be different options or whatnot. But overkill all the time would be good. Yeah. And whole goal is to have fun, right, sir? So that's what I try to do. Yeah, so for Greg to achieve a 10,000 point army, I'm going to have to go out by the freeway and hold up my homeless and hungry broke hobbyist sign on cardboard and start getting donations like that, or like 2 other jobs. And I'm too tired to work 2 other jobs, so probably out by the freeway, probably in front of a coffee shop somewhere. Yeah, because I know that the other hobbyists might notice it then. But 10,000 points would be kind of cool. I think I've sent you some of these guys, man, have, I mean, an entire room on the table is like all works, like 20,000, 30,000 points. You're like, my God, how the hell do you field all that? Like, how do you even play something where you have multiple tables? Just, I mean, how do you even move the army forward? Because I have no idea. But there's some huge, huge armies out there that I've seen. Some of these guys have been investing for years and have some beautifully done work, and it's really quite impressive to see. And I think that'd be pretty badass. Just I would have a whole room full of it with that I'd never be able to play it. That's my problem. Um, but 10,000 points, yeah. Uh-huh. Then Clint really wouldn't want to play me, would he? Like, all right, Clint, what you bring to the table? Well, Greg, I got 200 points. Okay, Clint, well, I got 10,000, so that sounds about right. Yeah, so it may not work too well. But, oh, most definitely, man. But there's such cool stuff out there now. And some of the stuff too. Like I do like some of the naval stuff, like that oak and iron. Um, that's a fun game to play. Or Sails of Glory. And actually, Mythos, I think you and Brian would probably like those if you gave them a try because the strategy is a little different. I mean, you got to outmaneuver the other guy's ship. You can only fire from one side of the ship, and then you have to reload. So it's not like, I mean, if you make a mistake, you're going to get blown up, and or if you're not paying attention to how you're moving, which is easy to do, you can just sail right off the table without trying to, which obviously puts you out of the game. So there's some of these other games too. I guess the problem is trying to get our group together to figure out what our agenda is. And now what do you think about this, you guys? Keegan was bringing it up too. So kind of what I'm thinking of is just do a month of this, like a month of Zombicide, a month of Kill Team, a month of, tanks or Team Yankee or something like that. So we do 4 in a row of this, of something, and then we switch. So it's not always the same thing, but it's enough of the same that people can get to do it. Because what happens is we'll set a plan, and all this stuff comes up, and it's constantly changing for me. So you think I should do that, May Wormont? Because I think it would be beneficial. Because now that I have this table, and honestly, that was a consideration in getting my table. Is I wanted something that was at least proper enough size. And I know I sound funny saying that, but I wanted the size to be correct so that when I fielded the stuff, I can move around and I can solo play. Because there's some guy out here with a channel called Mini Wormont that's been pushing me to do solo play. But I didn't exactly have a table that would work for it. And the closest thing I had was a hobby table, but it's just unsteady. Like if you bump it, there's nothing you can do to sturdy it up. So now that I've got something, I'm basically going to set it up to like today. Keegan's busy, Clint's busy. Well, Greg could set up a table, and I could just have opposing forces. Look, I could even go, this is Brian against Mel. This is Mythos against Freak. I could just name these units, and you guys, I've got things I could do in my head like that. That's why I kind of wanted your guys' opinion about a month of this and a month of that, because I don't want to go too long on one thing, because we have a lot of games. We don't just do one thing, but it would have to be enough to. Okay, we'll have to do that, Brian. Sales of Glory, where we can game it online. So that's what I'm gonna do, because my setup right here is in the corner, like with the camera, and all this is set up right here. However, I can move this particular thing and see what I can do, because I would like the overhead view. Like on a naval game, you're gonna want the overhead view, and I've got a portable camera. I just don't have a whole bunch, but I've got some ideas, and that's why I wanted to send it out there. Thank you, Mythos. You think that's a good idea too? Okay. So that's kind of what everybody's been kicking around. That's kind of what I wanted to go with is a month, because one of them was wanting to do 3 or 4 months of one thing, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do 3 months of the same thing, because we cover different games. Yeah, I could set up some Kill Team and play that, and Mini Warma. And yeah, I will be happy to teach you. You guys have taught me a lot, so then maybe I could teach you guys a little bit in return. And yeah, because these games are fun games, and the fact is, you guys do wargaming. So wargaming, once you have that mindset, you're not just you're going to be able to do other war games too, because of the strategy. And so the naval stuff is it's just a different way of outmaneuvering people, and some of it's historical, like Oak and Iron. It's set back in the 1700s, and so you do have the pirate ship. Like I have the expansion Blackbeard's pirate ship, the Queen Anne. So I have that. So you can actually put in real life pirate stuff. Not it's not it's kind of fun and it's simple to play. It's been a while, but I could go back to the rule book and make sure I got it correct. But it's pretty simple. Um, yeah, incredibly fun to play. So we'll have to do it. So I don't mind teaching you guys something. So that's what Greg is working on now. I just kind of wanted to run it past you guys, the time frame thing, and I appreciate your input because you guys are some smart people, and I respect you both a lot. And yeah, so yeah. What you want to teach me? Not all of us are beautiful people. Uh, yeah, I'm not really a beautiful person. I love the fact that Mythos has got such a good heart, though. Um, the only reason my camera doesn't crack is that filter I got on there. It allows me to be on the camera. Otherwise, so. But yeah, we should be able to do that. And I'll teach you many more. And you might have a kraken pop up out of the water on you, but I don't know. Maybe you'd run across a ship full of werewolves since you have to fire into the group. Like Cells of Glory, you can kill the crew too. So you can take out the masts and you can do all sorts of stuff depending on what you load your cannons with. Like you can load them with the ones that have the ball and chains, and those whip out. So when they hit the mast, they whip around the mast and snap those off. And yeah, there's all sorts of things you can do with the game. It's quite interesting. But yeah. Well, thank you for your input, you guys. Very much appreciated. I just got to figure out. I got to be able to get to a better schedule to get some stuff done during the week. It's like every time I try to do something, something comes up. There's always, things to do. But it'd be worthwhile. Oh, well, thank you, Mythos. I can maybe teach you some things. You guys are like the masters. You guys know more than me. But on some games, I'm pretty good. And it's interesting just to try something different once in a while. Would never give up your core games or anything, just something different. As it like Kings of War there, Mini Wormwood? I don't know, but yeah, Mob Beast. Well, I don't think you shoot out beasts, but you have some pretty nasty stuff they fired out of those cannons. And picture being on one of those ships out in the sea with it sinking. You have nowhere to go, and they're not going to pick you up. They're just going to sail away and leave you out in the middle of the ocean. They're not even going to waste bullets shooting you. You know what I mean? They're just going to go. So Kill Team Mythos, I'm not an expert on, but it is Warhammer condensed. I mean, it's just you played Call of Duty, you played, I'm sure, and in that game you've got domination and stuff. It's a lot like that, but you've got 4 rounds. So you're either going to get your victory points and you're going to win, or you're not, and you're going to do it in 4 rounds. So if Games Workshop was smart with that, because they created a key, they took this idea they've had forever, but I think they've paid attention to these other gaming worlds. So when they refined it and condensed it down, it's just you're able to play it within an hour. So it's, even if you were to go back and forth in the rules as you do it, you're still probably going to do it in an hour. And once you got good at it, quick, and both sides know what they're doing, then it's 30, 40-minute game. it's not going to be something that takes too long. And I think that's where what they're trying to do. Yes, mini war mod. Hold on a second. Yeah, there is a Kraken around here somewhere that I bought last year for it, and Ashley painted it up. It's pretty cool. And yep, I still have it around here. It actually comes in pieces, so you got the tentacles coming out of the water, and then you just basically you figure out what the damages do, because never were they able to kill them things, in all the movies and stories. So probably not gonna be able to kill it, but it's always going to damage a ship if it grabs a ship. So yeah, yep, got one of those, and got a little cave that it comes out of too. So that's already there, already painted up too. But those are different. They're just different games, and they're fun. So in the RC stuff, that Clint does a lot of that. That's why I started a page there that's connected to our group, and that's why this thing, Keegan bought the truck, so Clint got the body for it. So I'm going to put our logo on it. They're the ones that fronted that, so I have to thank them for that. And then that way, when we go to places and we do whatever shows, we can do that, because Clint also bought, believe it or not, tanks. These tanks run, I don't know, like $600 or so, 400 to 600. He got a couple of them. Like, he's got a Panzer IV and a Sherman. And so these tanks now, Mythos and Brian and whoever else is listening, they got built-in lasers. So as you drive around and you shoot the other tank and you hit it, you're basically playing tanks in a parking lot. So you're playing the game, like laser tag, but with tanks is what it is. So obviously that would fit into gaming, because you're gaming. It's a game. You're playing against each other, and so he's got to do some refining work on the lasers and stuff. All that stuff came from China, but apparently he says it's working pretty well. So you're probably going to see a video on that too, because he wants to set that up outside, and he was going to get some boxes to build towns with, cardboard towns, but I don't think we got time for that, because winter for us will be here in about 2 months, which is not that far away. No matter how warm it is today, I mean, it's not that far away at this point. So you'll see that too. And then they have in the area an indoor place with the RC stuff, which is where I can promote my group, because a lot of these guys in the RC hobby, they're also hobbyists. They like to build things. So they're not just building models, miniatures, they're also building RC cars, which are miniature vehicles, right, in their own right. So I found a big crossover there that you wouldn't think was there, but it's there. Especially like with D&D and stuff. A lot of these guys are gamers, but they go outside and they race their cars too, because, well, what do you do in a video game? Like Forza and, GTA and all this stuff. You're racing around and doing whatever, that you can do it in a parking lot too. So yeah, so you'll see something like that too. There's some interesting things we got that we're going to do that just keeps us kind of oddball and interesting. And then I got to ask Mythos, did you ever, sir, order your victory thing, your little thing that I showed you for keeping track? Well, because this is an awesome deal. Litco makes a really cool product. Pick one up before they end up maybe not making them no more or selling out or whatever. It's extremely helpful to play. So yeah, there you go, you guys. We got things we're working on, and so for me, I just have to try to clear my schedule a little more to do it. And one of the reasons I got that table, like I said, one of the things I took into consideration quite seriously was I needed one that had enough space that I could set things up and do solo gaming. The other table I had, just the shape wasn't right. It just would have been a little bit more difficult. And I don't have a ton of room in my house, so this one does a real good. It's going to work real good for that. So yeah, yep. There we go, you guys. That's what we got, and this new stuff you're going to start seeing here pretty soon, especially the tank thing. So I think real life tanks like that in a parking lot where they can shoot and disable each other, going to be fun. And we'll see. We'll see. But that truck, once I get the decals on it, then I'm getting my logo done for it. It should be okay. Well, thanks, Mini Warma. I hope so. I hope it sounds good because I think it's just gonna be interesting. But I will definitely get with you guys and we'll see if we can set something up on the side. We don't have to do it live. We can do it over this stuff without ever going live. I mean, it's just browser based anyways, so easy enough to do. And then go through and do one game of Kill Team would be easy to do because it's not going to be complicated to do. And Oak and Iron is not complicated either. And Kings of War, if you've been playing that, then you'll be okay with it anymore. It's too good. Yep, I agree with you. It's not going to matter if it's live or not. I enjoy talking with you guys. I really do, and I enjoy gaming with you guys. So to me, it's about having fun and some enjoyment in life. It don't have to be live streamed. It doesn't matter if I get views on it. It just matters that I game. Right? So that's all. And if we can do that, we'll be good. So we will most definitely get something set up. But yeah, thank you, Mythos. And Brian, yep. So I will let you guys know how this works out, but I think this is going to work out good. And get a couple of these going, Mythos, for you, no problem. The only problem I have with Keegan is he's like a kid at a donut store who's never been in a donut store and was like, ooh. You know what I mean, with the STL files. And I'm like, slow down, man, slow down. There's only, you can only print one thing at a time. So these prints like this, though, don't take up a ton. And but you're going to do a little bit of cleanup on it, and you'll be good to go. Yeah, no problem, Mythos. I mean, you and Brian have really helped me out, so I certainly don't mind helping you guys back out. I just need an address. Brian, yours is packaged to go, sir. And you'll see it coming from Gamers with Coffee. But, yep. I went down to the post office and said, this is what I want to mail and how much will it cost. And they said, well, normally, because it's, Arizona, it's hot and it's dusty, so there's some sort of humidity charge. And I'm just joking. But, yeah, so I found out. So now I just got to wait for my paycheck. And once that happens, I'll let you know. So that I'm going to send it insured because if they damage that, then I want to make sure it's protected. And so, yes, you have, Mythos. Mythos, look at this, Brian. He says he hasn't done anything. Yes, you have. You have been just extremely helpful, like Brian. And you guys are always supportive. You guys show up, and you guys are just, I really respect you guys. So you've done a lot more than you think, Mythos. So it's all good, right? And I'm sure you're going to use it, Mini Wormot. So once you get it, then you can tell Mythos what it is. That way he could sit in suspense just for a few days. But it needs to be used. I mean, I can't see something like that just sitting around, and I have no way to use it, man. Literally, I just don't. And there's no point in it. Sitting on a shelf, and I walk by and I hear this sniffling, and one day I was like, is that my dog crying? And I look over and the dog's not there, and I realize this is the game. It's just sitting there kind of crying. It's like, you don't ever take me out and play with me. I'm like, I can't. And so we come to terms, and I explain to the game that I'm sending you to a better home, and it's okay. The game's okay with it. Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit crazy, Mythos. That's okay. But the one thing I've learned is I don't care what the shrinks say. The voices say that we are okay. As long as they say we're okay, forget the doctors. I'll take the medicine whenever I need to. Otherwise, it's all good. So yeah. So this way, the game will get played, and um, yeah, yeah. Besides, you need more miniatures to paint, don't you, Brian? Right? Ugh. So it will be good. Other than that, you guys, I think I'm about done with what I was going to go over tonight. Only was hoping, well, Clint's driving out. I can't remember where he went. He went somewhere, uh, someplace. I think he went to a place called Backbone Park or something like that. Anyways, it's outside of town, so I didn't think he'd be able to get on. He said he would try to listen, so hopefully he was able to. And yeah, there are a lot of expansions already for that mini Wormut, so you're not going to have any kind of issue with that. Get the you're going to like the ones that are like the zombie bombers, like they bomb, so they'll run around and blow things up, and you can do that. Oh, that's what I was going to say. When I took Josh to the game store the other day, he likes playing Fallout Shelter. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I didn't know they have it also in, not just in the video world on your phone, right? They also have it with a rollout map and all the stuff in it to play it on the table. It comes in like a lunchbox tin, a Fallout lunchbox tin. So yeah, Fallout Shelter. That's interesting. I didn't know. I didn't even know that was out. So if you guys like Fallout, then you might want to know that that's there too. And so interesting things. Sometimes you don't see everything at the game store, you know. And I was, because it was over by the Legion stuff, and Legion has a lot, Brian and Mythos. I mean, to add to it, like obviously I want to add Chewbacca. You got Han Solo. You could add Lando Calrissian. You can add Yoda. You can add whatever you want. And they got multiple expansions for it too. So the guy at the game store says that they are literally having a hard time, even though they're ordering, they get the stuff in, they literally sell out before they get their next order. And he's, oh, do you know why, Greg, this is going on? I said, yeah, because Legion's been out about 2 years, and finally people are finding out that it's there. A lot of people had no idea that it was even out. I mean, in the hobby we did, but those outside the hobby now are like, oh, okay, there's something Star Wars, I can do it. And they're kind of jumping in on that. So it's not staying in stock very long. But I'm glad you sent me in that direction, Brian, because it is $119 retail, and I got it for $62 on that Amazon sale. So that's a hell of a score. So look for things like that. Makes it much easier to do. So yeah. But anyways, you'll have some fun with that, Brian. And Mythos, like I said a couple times, we'll get you that out. Just remember in the instant messenger or something, or the email, send me your mailing address, and I'll have Keegan start printing you a couple of those. And then just let us know. Once you get them painted up, show them off. Let me know how they come out. We'll do that. But other than that, you guys, I think that's about all I had for tonight. So those are some things you can kind of expect from us. And I think we're going to go ahead and go with that 1 month format on stuff and get that started, because it's just I think going to be better for us to do it that way, because then at least there's a game plan. And if nobody can show up, I can still do these games anyways on my own. So because all of them can be done that way. But anyways, you guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. See if I can get some dinner going here. Get things ready for work tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Mini Warmut. Go play with your grandson, man. Family's more important. Thank you for stopping by. Mythos, thank you for showing up. Tell your wife, Lily, I said hi. It was really cool she gamed. Maybe she'll do that again with us. And yeah, we shall have some fun again. And one of these days, Mythos, uh, we got to get together and just do something if you want. Or I don't know if Freak will let me back on the show. You'd have to ask him. But one day. It would be kind of fun to hang out with you guys again. So I will see you all later. You guys take care and have a good night. I am going to hop off, see what I can do, and get some dinner going. All right? So you guys take care of each other. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your guys' advice. You guys have a good rest of the day. Yeah, most definitely, Mythos. If you guys would like to, let me know. I'll catch you later.